Hello and welcome to today's science lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Excellent. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low to touch our toes. And then back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave side to side. And then back down to touch our toes once more. And then stand up, guys, and shake it out. Arms and legs, shake it out. And then we can do some rotations. We'll go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. Now let's do some stretches. Let's do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then let's do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. And now we'll take our right hand and we'll find our left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. And to finish, guys, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Okay, so in our previous science lesson, we began learning about a particular type of force. Now, can anybody remember the name of the force? Gravity, or we can say gravitational force. So it's a long word. Let's write that word on the board first. Gravitational. So all together, gravitational force. F-O-R-C-E. Well done, guys. And in our previous lesson, we asked about what is gravitational force. So now you see me standing here in front of you. Why am I not floating in the air? Because we have gravity, or we have something called gravitational force. Excellent, Prow. Gravity is the term we use. G-R-A-V-I-T-Y. Let's have a look around us in this classroom now. You can see me standing here on the floor. You can see my students, they are all sitting at their desks on their chairs. And the reason that we are not all floating around in the room is because of gravity. So what does gravity mean to you guys? If you can think of a phrase, what does gravity mean? What goes up? Excellent, yes. Everything that goes up must come down. For example, this marker pen in my hand now, if I throw it into the air, will it keep going up all the time? No. What will happen? It will come down. So what goes up must come down. And that's what we mean by gravity. So well done, guys. One more time. What goes up must come down. So how do we spell? We have what? W-H-A-T-G-O-E-S. What goes up must come down. Must come down. M-U-S-T-C-O-M-E-D-O-W-N. Excellent, guys. Gravity. What goes up must come down. Now, gravity is a particular thing we have in a place. Is gravity on every planet? Or what place has gravity? Think back to our PowerPoint in the previous lesson. What's special about the planet that we live on? Planet Earth. Now, thinking about all of the other planets in our solar system, do they all have gravity? No. Remember when we looked at the pictures of space, or the astronauts in space with their special suits, and they were all floating around in the sky? That's because other planets outside Earth's atmosphere don't have gravity. Gravity is something specific to planet Earth. P-L-A-N-E-T. And then Earth is E-A-R-T-H. So all together, guys, planet Earth. That is why humans live on this planet. Why don't we live on the moon? Why don't we live on Neptune or Jupiter or Saturn? Because them places, they don't have gravity or gravitational force. That's what's specific to planet Earth, why we live here with the correct atmosphere. Guys, that was excellent. Very well done. And what we're going to do in today's lesson is we're going to be taking another look at gravitational force, or gravity, and we're going to look at the way in which it affects certain objects that go up. But then again, there's certain objects in the sky that we will see that won't come down. And what is the difference between the two? And we've also got a practical experiment for our students to judge the weight of objects to see if they can guess which ones will come down first. But before then, time for our PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe, practice speaking, and also listening. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, please, guys. So now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation. What is gravitational force? Lesson number 2. And here we can see a picture of a planet. What planet can we see? Yes, planet Earth. The planet that we live on is planet Earth. And here you can see arrows all around planet Earth. Are those arrows really there? No. But what these arrows represent is gravitational force, the invisible force that keeps everything on planet Earth. That's why we're sat on our chairs now. If we didn't have gravity, we'd be floating up to the ceiling. We wouldn't be able to walk anywhere. The gravitational force, represented by the arrows here in the picture, is what keeps everything on planet Earth. When we jump into the air, why do we always fall back to the ground? Any ideas? If we jump into the air, we come back down. Because we have gravitational force, correct? Or, to shorten it, because of gravity. It is because there is a non-contact, invisible force pulling us back to Earth. Yes. Now the term non-contact, if we reach out, can we touch gravity? Can we feel it? No, it's non-contact. Can we see gravity? No, it's invisible. But how do we know gravity is here? Because we're sitting on our chairs. If gravity wasn't here, we'd be floating in the sky. This force is called gravity or gravitational force. Yes, as we've learned already. And here in the picture, you can see a representation of gravity. The man throws the ball into the air. But then, once it finishes its upward trajectory, it stops going up. Gravity then brings the ball back down to Earth. Gravity is the invisible force that pulls everything back to planet Earth. Our Earth has gravitational force. This force holds everything close to the ground. Yes. Actually, gravity wants to pull us to the center of the Earth, but the ground stops us going any further. But if there's a hole, you will see we will fall into the hole because we will keep going towards the center of the Earth. Gravitational force controls most objects in the sky, but not all of them. Yes. Now, what objects can we see in the sky here? Hot air balloons, yes. How many? Around, there's lots. What happens with hot air balloons? At first, they will go. Do they ever come down? Yes. No. Yes. They come down once they finish going up. They will come back to Earth. An airplane can fly in the sky, but will always return to Earth. Yes, planes will go up, but then planes will come down. A bird can fly in the sky, but will always return to earth. Yes, when a bird flies, it will go up and then it will go down because gravity brings it back down. A kite can fly in the sky, but will always return to earth. So these are examples of objects that we can use to go up, but can then go down. But now, let's take a look at some objects that never come down. Clouds are found in the sky and do not come back to earth. Have you ever seen a cloud on the floor? When you go home and open your front door, is there a cloud in your living room? No. Why? Why doesn't gravity bring the cloud down? Any ideas? Have a think. What is it that brings objects down? Gravity. But what must objects have for them to come down? Weight. Okay, or mass. Clouds don't weigh anything. So clouds will stay in the sky. Okay, so gravity works with weight or mass. Clouds have none, so they stay in the sky. Stars are found in the sky and do not come back to earth. Here you can see lots of different stars or different constellations. Now, why don't stars come to earth? Any ideas? Stars do. Stars weigh lots. But remember about space. When we go very far away, we leave planet Earth. We leave the Earth's atmosphere. So where the stars are, there's no gravity. Nothing to bring them to Earth. They have their own atmosphere. And then one more, the moon is found in the sky and does not come back to earth. Why? Same as the stars. The moon is outside. The moon weighs nothing? The moon weighs lots. But the moon is outside the Earth's atmosphere. Remember, gravity only works on planet Earth. So anything outside the Earth's atmosphere doesn't have gravity pulling it down, such as the moon. Now, do you know the sea? The sea on planet Earth? Notice sometimes how the sea moves in and the sea moves out. Do you know why? The moon. When the moon moves, it moves the sea out, and then later in the day, when it comes back, the sea moves in. This moon is what controls the tides of the sea on planet Earth. And as the moon moves, the tides move in, and the tides move back out. Any more questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Very well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation, that they can learn some more about gravity or gravitational force, and especially how gravitational force only affects objects on Earth or in the Earth's atmosphere. Once we move outside the Earth's atmosphere to other planets, stars and the moon, they're not controlled by our gravity. That's why they don't come down and meet us on planet Earth. And coming up, we've got an exercise for our students to practice judging which objects will weigh more when releasing them into gravity. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll have a game of Teacher Says. So listen carefully. If Teacher says, we can do. If Teacher doesn't say, don't do. Ready, guys? Hands in the air. Teacher says, turn around. Back the other way. Teacher says, turn the other way. Jogging on the spot. Teacher says, jogging on the spot. Teacher says, hold your nose. Teacher says, pat your stomach. Teacher says, swap. Swap. And stop. Teacher says, stop. Teacher says, arms by your sides. Teacher says, arms in the air. Teacher says, stand on one leg. Teacher says, clap your hands. Teacher says, stop. Arms down. Teacher says, arms down. Teacher says, stand up straight. Teacher says, into a ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teacher says, jump. Excellent, guys. And teacher says, please sit down. And now it's time for a practical demonstration of how the different weight of objects affects how they react to gravity. So teachers, what we're going to do now is we're going to give our students 5 minutes to each choose one classroom item. Now it has to be a sensible item that can be dropped from a small height onto a table. So that means no glassware, no sharp objects, and nothing too heavy. Classroom items such as pencils, pencil cases, and maybe books are most effective for the use. Because what we're going to do is we're going to have our students come forward in pairs, each with their own object, and we're going to try and guess which one will reach the table first. And that will show how gravity affects the weight or the mass of objects. So for 5 minutes now, you can pause the video and just get your students to each choose one object. And then once your students are ready, write all of their names down and place their names into a bowl. And then when we draw our students in pairs, they have to come forward with their objects and release them at the same time. And we'll try to guess which weighs the most by reaching the table first. So see you back in the classroom in around 5 minutes. Welcome back to class. So now all of my students have chosen a classroom item for them to demonstrate the effect of gravity. And what I've done is I've placed each student's name into a bowl here, because pretty soon I'm going to draw 2 students' names. They have to come to the front of class and hold their objects up. Then we'll try to guess which object will fall first, because the name of this activity, guys, ready? W-H-I-C-H, which is heaviest. Yes, because what we're going to do is we're going to look at the effect of gravity on objects. And the object, which is heaviest, will fall to the table first. When we drop objects, guys, will everything fall at the same rate? No. Some things will fall quicker than others. Why is that the case? Do all objects weigh the same? No. Some objects are heavier than others. And it's the weight or the mass of the object that will affect how gravity controls them. So what we've got is we've got 10 players in our classroom, 9 students and teacher. So let's see who the first couple is. So the first name out of the bowl, Pak Bung. So Pak Bung, bring your object to the front of class. And Pak Bung's object will go against Nadia. Nadia, can you bring your object to the front of class, please, and stand to this side? Okay, so Nadia, for you to stand here, please. So Pak Bung, what is your object? Bottle. And notice, empty bottle. So it's not full, so it won't be as heavy. So we've got bottle versus marker pen. Okay, so now let's see who thinks, hands up if they think the bottle will fall first. Nobody. Hands up if we think the marker pen will fall first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Chu, what do you think? 5? Pat? Net? So everybody, so 7. Okay, so everybody thinks the marker pen will fall first. So now, Nadia, you stand here. Pak Bung, place your objects in the air, high as you both can. Ready? And after teacher says 3, drop them onto the table. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what object hit the table first? Marker pen. So what does that tell us? Which is heaviest? Bottle or marker pen? The marker pen is heaviest because gravity took it to the table quicker. So Pak Bung, great demonstration. High five. Nadia, very well done. Big round of applause, guys. So we can judge by the rate at which objects come back to Earth, which is heaviest. So in our first demonstration, the marker pen was heaviest. Teachers, you can now pause the video and do the same activity in your classroom with your students. And remember to have different students come up with different objects each time. So now it's time for our second pair. Down. Down, come and join me at the front of class. And down will go against teacher. Okay, so it's down versus teacher. So let's see. Down, what object have you brought? Pencil case. Okay, so we've got pencil case. Versus, and the object I have chosen is crayon box. Okay, so down, you can stand here. So guys, hands up if you think the crayon box will fall first. Nobody. Oh, black cow. Anybody? Okay, hands up if you think the pencil case will fall first. Everybody says the pencil case. Okay, so we will see. Dan, are you ready? So let's see how high can you hold yours, because I have to go the same height, because if I go up here, it's not fair. So we'll go to here, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Was I too quick? Let's do it one more time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Crayon box. Did the crayon box fall first? Yes. Okay, so we will say the crayon box is heavier than the pencil case. Dan, that was brilliant. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for Dan, guys. Okay, teacher decided to play 2 to make it an even number of 10. So now, our third pair. Pang Pon, come and join me at the front. And Pang Pon will go against Lakau. So Lakau. So Pang Pon, can you stand here for me? Okay. And Lakau, stand here. So Pang Pon, what object have you brought? A coin. Okay. Pang Pon has chosen a 5-baht coin. C-O-I-N. And Lakau, you have chosen a pen. Just a normal pen. A-A-N. Now, I think this one might be quite difficult. So who thinks the coin will fall first? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who thinks the pen will fall first? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So guys, let's stand here and let's see. Arms in the air. Now let's see, are they the same? Yeah, I think we're about the same. 3, 2, 1, go! Let's try it one more time. I think last one. Yes, ready? Wait for go. 3, 2, 1, go! I think the coin just about. So the coin is heavier than the pen. Pangpon, very well done. And Lakau, excellent. Big round of applause. Okay, 4 students left. Our next student, Net. Come and join me at the front of class. And Net will go against Chu. Chu, come and join me at the front. Okay, so Net, what object have you chosen? Book. Net has brought a book. B-O-O-K. And Chu, what object have you chosen? Ruler. Okay. R-U-L-E-R. Okay, guys, so now you can come and stand here. And can we hold our objects in the air? High as we can. So remember, we want to get them onto the table. So wait for go. Guys, who thinks the ruler? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who thinks the book? 1, 2, 3. Oh, so it's nearly 50-50. So let's see. Ready, guys? High as we can. High as we can. 3, 2, 1, go. Ruler. I think ruler. Should we do it one more? Let's just make sure. Okay, one more time, guys. Let's hold it again. 3, 2, 1, go. The book. Okay, so we'll have to say the book is heavier than the metal ruler. So we'll go with the book. Net, that was excellent. Big round of applause for Net. A big round of applause for Chu, guys. And now it's time for our final pair of students. We have Preo. Preo, come and join me at the front. And our final student to come out of the bowl is Pat. Pat, come and join me. Okay, so Pat, what object have you chosen to bring? Eraser. Okay, so eraser. And Preo, you have a packet. Okay, a packet of tissues. Packet. P-A-C-K-E-T. Okay, so let's hold our objects up, guys. Okay, so who thinks the eraser will fall first? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who thinks the tissues will fall first? 1, 2. Let's find out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. The packet certainly fell quicker there. Shall we do it one more time? One more time. 3, 2, 1, go. Packet again. So I have to say, which object is heavier, guys? The packet or the eraser? With the packet. Okay. So Preo, high five and a big round of applause for Preo and Pat too, guys. Excellent. So what did that experiment tell us? When we did the experiment, did the objects fall at the same rate? They fell at different rates. Why did they fall differently? Which one was heaviest? Bottle or marker pen? Pencil case or crayon box? Coin or pen? Book or ruler? Eraser or packet? So what this experiment tells us is that depending on the weight or the mass of objects, they will be pulled to Earth quicker by gravity. Guys, that was a brilliant experiment. Very well done. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your class gets their own worksheet. And what we're wanting our students to do is think back to the PowerPoint exercise. Think about the objects that go into the sky and then come back. But think about some objects that are in the sky and they don't come back to Earth. What we want our students to do is to look at the 10 different objects and write them in the correct box. Either yes, objects do come back to Earth, or no, objects do not come back to Earth. So think back to the PowerPoint presentation. Which objects do come back and which objects don't? But what's the first thing we need to do, guys? Names on top. And give our students around 10 minutes for this activity and just make sure they write the correct vocabulary in the correct boxes. So Ned, this one's for you. Pak Boom for you. You're welcome. Pat, here's yours. You're welcome. Nadia for you. You're welcome. Chu for you. You're welcome. Down for you. You're welcome. Prel for you. You're welcome. Lakau for you. And Bangpon. You're welcome. So guys, we have 10 objects. We've got 2 boxes. Come back to Earth or do not come back to Earth. 5 in each box. Planets. Do planets, look at the planets we have on our wall. Does planets come back to Earth? No. No, they're outside the atmosphere. Planets stay in their own atmosphere. Sometimes we can see them in the sky, but they don't come back to Earth because they're outside our gravitational force. But what about airplanes? Airplanes go up. Do they come back down? No. Are you sure? I've been on an airplane. It goes up and then it comes down. It comes back down to Earth because it's within our gravitational force. Yes. The objects that come back to Earth are within our gravitational force. The objects that don't come back to Earth are outside our gravitational force, or they are weightless. Now, what are the white objects in the skies that we can see on a sunny day? Clouds. Clouds are within our atmosphere, but they don't come back to Earth. Birds. So what do you think, Nadia? If a bird flies in the sky, and then sometimes, will it come down? Yes. So Ned, airplanes, objects come back to Earth, correct, but planets do not. The sun. So what do we think? No. Every day we see the sun in the sky. No, it doesn't come back to Earth. And it's a good job. Pakbung. The sun is very hot. If the sun came down to Earth, it would burn us all. Think about the objects we can see in the sky, but they're always in the sky. Planets, the sun. What about clouds? Don't come back to Earth, correct. Clouds are weightless. Like the experiment we just did, all of these objects have mass or weight. They come back to Earth. Clouds have no weight and no mass. They're gas, so they just stay in the air. What do you think? Exactly. Hot air balloons will go up, but then eventually they come back down to Earth. Perfect, Blackdown. Well done. Well done, Shu. That's correct. Well done. So things like objects do not come back to Earth. Planets, the sun, clouds. Clouds stay in the sky. Stars. So what do you think, Nadia? When we look at nighttime in the sky, what can you see? Stars. But do they come to Earth? No. Kites. Kites come back to Earth, yes. We fly a kite, but then eventually it comes down. Excellent, Packbone. Perfect. Brilliant, Dan. Well done. Kites. So when we fly a kite in the sky, the kite will eventually come. It will. Even on a windy day, eventually the winds will drop and the kite comes down. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to think about what they've learned so far about gravity and decide which objects come back to Earth and which objects don't come back to Earth. So guys, the 5 objects that come back to Earth, we've got airplanes, birds, hot air balloons, footballs, and kites. All of these objects will go up, but then they'll come back down. But the 5 objects that don't come back to Earth, planets, the sun, clouds, stars, and the moon. All of them objects we just see in the sky, they don't come back down to Earth. And guys, that was very well done, so a big round of applause. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now understand more about gravitational force and also how the weight and mass of objects affects the rate at which gravity brings them back down to Earth. Because the heavier the object, the quicker it comes back to Earth. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.